Are we live? Hi world. I guess we're live. Yes. Check. Hello there again. I'm talking about the ego transmuter again. Just to quickly emphasizing it because it's just amazing and I love it and I can't stop talking about it. The title of our session today is going to be, or is already, Ego Escape Plan. The first concept that I want to talk about is that how can you really constantly be on check for whenever that ego, that trickster comes back in and tries to manipulate you back or like make you fall back into your negative patterns. And how can you how can you consistently be in that in your soul bath? How can you constantly be focused where you wanna be at and not be manipulated into things that you should, like, it's not really why you're here. And so the first thing to stay in check is to always know what you're doing at the moment and why you're doing it. And so speaking about that, I'm just gonna revisit the intention that I have for these videos and just declare them again, which is, I wish for each and every person in this world to know that in their hands they have the ability to control control what the state of their being at the moment. They can choose to feel exactly what they want to feel, which is good feelings, positivity, instead of negative feelings that kind of like take over you, instead of you being in control and check. So this is my intention, for everyone to realize their power, their true power, and to know it and to use it in their lives instead of it being using them. Awareness, that's another way of saying it or putting it, is awareness, bringing awareness that into every emotion, into every trigger, everything that as you go through your daily life. And so I just want to say that this is number 2. This is the countdown is number 2, and it's going to be up tonight just as I finish this live event. It's going to be up on the channel, but the other 3 videos, like I stopped number 5. I guess it was the Arabic ego transmuter, and I guess it was number 6. So 5 and 4 and 3 are still uploading. Actually, number 3, I'm still editing it, but yeah, the video, I wanted to make it more like just the classic film and then edit and then upload, versus the live event. So it's kind of like the videos are so much more like HD, and I'm all about HD and high quality. I love it. So I did that, but I don't know, my computers just went crazy, the internet connection went crazy. So anyway, this is going to be like number 2, and people are going to be like, oh, what's happening? Like, are we counting 6 and then 2? Is that how we count down now? And it's like, no, you guys, it's just a special case for me. So yeah, back to the ego escape plan. Let me just have a sip of water and relax. Get cozy, because we're gonna talk. So when I was posting that daily post on my Instagram, and I was just writing about it, I got really like in the moment. I was like, it's time to write. I was just like typing away. I was explaining simply what the ego escape plan is, like, without it being like a tool or no tool or anything fancy. in the moment, real time, what is the most practical thing to escape the ego whenever you feel like, oh my God, I'm gonna go down that negative spiral. Oh my God, it's happening again. How can you pick up yourself like instantly? Simply ask why, what you're doing exactly, what is happening exactly, and why is this happening. Just ask that question. Maybe you will not know the answer right away, and you're probably like 99% of the time you will not know the answer right away. 1% of the time, that miraculous times, sometimes just you will know it, like the answer will just show itself. But eventually, you will not know it directly, but eventually down the road you will know why. And some of us just want to know why, because we're intentional, we are more conscious, we're aware, we're connected, so we want to know why things happen or don't happen. We're always like, why is this happening? And so allow yourself to have that question. Sometimes you'd be like, no, I shouldn't just know, it's okay. Especially if you are someone who's like in this virtual community, and you're like, the enlightened ego would come in and say, you don't need to know why. Everything, some things are just like in the mysterious, unknown, hidden, and you're like, okay, okay. But deep down, your authentic truth, guidance is telling you, go ask, question, I want to know. So whenever, that's another way of seeing it, whenever you are disconnected from your internal guidance system, from your true self, from authentic inner voice, even if that voice seems negative, it's your truth at that moment, and you need to own it, and you need to acknowledge it. And so that's the first thing. Allow yourself to ask that question, what and why, both, and just ask, just as simple as the question, why? And sometimes everyone is like, no, don't be like, when something bad happens, it's like, why me? And it's like, no, you're being so negative because you ask why me, and you're thinking that you're like, this is just happening. But yes, you need to ask why, actually. I think it's a brilliant question, because when you ask why, you will have that answer. Like, our minds are like our superconscious, our conscious minds, and even subconscious mind is very deep in intelligence, and once you ask that question, it has to give you the answer. It has to bring the answer to you. And even if you did not like consciously went and just like did the research and sit down, okay, I'm going to research now why this happened to you, even if you did not do that, the answer will show itself for you. It's going to be like through a song, through a friend telling you a story, something that you watch on TV, something that you read, you come across, something that happens, and you're gonna have that. Maybe you're gonna find a book or something, and you gotta have that answer, because that's the nature of consciousness. It's connected, it's integrated, it's creative, and it will deliver. It will always deliver. There's no limit. It's limitless. Um, so that's the first thing. You ask that question, but don't stop. Like, don't say to yourself, okay, I'm just gonna ask that question, I'm gonna just stop and wait for that answer to come, and then I will move. Sometimes it's like, no, we live in a fast-paced times, and it's like, you ask the question and just surrender to the universe, and just keep on moving, keep on doing whatever you have to do, and expect that the answer is going to show up. Just trust that the answer is going to show up at the right time, in the right form, in the right way for you, that you are going to understand it and know it. And once you know it, what's going to happen next? Your self-realization of yourself and of life is going to deepen. It's going to deepen. Your connection with the universe is going to deepen. Your connection with yourself is going to deepen. And you will just be aware that things don't happen randomly. You will know for sure. You will know for sure that things are not random. Things are going to happen because of you asking certain questions. And all of the life experiences that happen around us are just not random. The ego's like, yeah, that happened. Yeah, whatever. Moving on. That's what the ego is going to trick you into doing. Of course, we need to move on, but there's like this balance again. Move on, but ask, but but ask and do your reflection, do your inner work, but also move on. But also don't just move on too quickly, and also have that time to sit down and question and find the answers. So that's the first quick step to escape, is to ask. And that question is gonna present itself to you. You're definitely just going to ask naturally anyway. You're gonna be asking. And then there's the why, checking in with your intentions before something happens. So the why you kind of like ask, and the what you ask after something happens sometimes. And then before you do something, like, what am I going to do now? What am I going to do now? Be intentional in what you're doing. What am I going to do? What am I going to do now? Okay, for me now, I'm filming. What is filming? Just asking, being aware of what is it that you are doing. What is it exactly, that thing that I'm filming? And it's like just not being random also. So asking yourself, what am I about? What is life about? What is my actions? What is this action that I'm doing? What is this feeling that I'm feeling? What is this thought that I'm having? So you kind of like you are not being taken by the thought, or taken by the feeling, or taken by the action for the wrong reasons, or just taken by an action that you don't know what is it exactly. That's how the negative patterns happen in our lives. Is just we are like we're drift away in doing things that we don't know even what they like. What is it about? We're just like, okay, I'm just going to be doing it because maybe someone is doing it, or this is what is happening, and this is what is being done, and so I do, and that's it. So being like that's what consciousness is. What's being aware is, being aware what you're doing and owning it, and being like, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yes, that's what I'm doing. Yes, I'm filming, and I'm like I'm so filming right now. It's like that's what I'm doing. And just being there with all of your soul and your heart and your mind and your being, and you're there in the moment. And um and then that's the other thing to escape, just being aware of what is it that you're doing, and bringing in the wholeness of who you are. It's a holistic way of being, and acting in your life is mindful, if you would call it. It's a mindful way of being. Is what is it that I'm doing? What is it? What is this thing what is this practice that I'm practicing right now? That's the second thing. The third thing as an escape plan is to check in with your motives. And it's kind of like the why, but it's not, because the intention is not much like the purpose of things is deeper than the reason of things. There's a reason why we do things, and then there is the purpose of us doing things, and it's different. The purpose is that fuel that's going to keep you going. And you might not have any reason for that, actually. Your purpose might have no reason, no reasonable, rational thing. It's like, my purpose in life is to be an artist and do art, and that does not make any sense to me, because it just doesn't make any sense to me. It's like it's art, and art doesn't make any sense. It's not supposed to. It's supposed to challenge us and take us beyond our senses. And so, yeah, you're like, okay, I don't have any. It's like this is the purpose, and the purpose is something that is higher than a reason, and that's what your intention is. It's your purpose behind the what's, behind the why. Is it that purpose? Is that clarity of like, it's just my purpose. It's just my purpose, and I can't explain it. It's like something that I've been like fighting with myself for so long. It's like, why do I want to just talk about enlightenment all the time, and talk like life coach people, and just like get into other people's business and try to heal them and do stuff like that. It's like, why? And it's like, it's okay. It doesn't have. There's not. It's not a reason. It's a purpose. It's a purpose of your being, and it's beyond reason. And I wanted to share something. I wish I could have. I think I have it here. Speaking of reason, and it's the scale of consciousness by Hodgkins, Dr. Hodgkins, and I don't know if I do have it or not. Give me a minute. Let me see. I really want to show you this. I really want to show you this because it's what I'm saying is like when I describe why your purpose is beyond reason, it's gonna explain it in like pictures, and you're gonna see it now. Just one moment. Maybe search in Finder. And so this is your purpose. Is oftentimes when we go dive deep into ourselves and we do that self-reflection and we find these answers, they're not gonna make sense, but they're going to be like, we're going to be filled with passion and excitement, and we're going to be like so purposeful. That's what a purposeful life and meaningful life is. It's because you know it. You just know it. It doesn't make sense to you. It doesn't make sense to anyone. It doesn't have to. It's just that you know it, and you're like, you're in tune with it. You're just one with it. You're like on board with it, you know? I think it's VT. I can't find what I'm looking for. I think I'm just gonna search for it in Google. God bless Google. Scale. See, that's one of the reasons why I wanted film to film the videos and then like edit them, and so like things are going to be flowing more than like stopping and searching and doing. But anyway, it's all good. It's all good. The last session tomorrow, which is going to be number 1, it's going to be one day until New Year 2016. Is going to be Q&A, so I encourage you to go ahead and leave your questions. I'm so excited to answer questions. I get the most amazing questions. I have the most amazing audience and most amazing clients. They're just amazing. I can't even describe. I get the question that really take me myself to just the next level. Really grateful. So ask, don't shy away. Don't be like, no. Ask any question that is related to consciousness, ego, life. It's limitless, infinite possibilities. So let me show you the scale of consciousness and why I'm saying that your purpose is beyond reason. It's beyond the reason. So don't be like trying to explain it to anyone, because it's just beyond reason. This is it. Present. This beautiful thing, as you can see, is a scale of consciousness. And as you can see, there's reason here, and then there is enlightenment here. Peace, love, joy. These are all like purposes, Acceptance is not a purpose. Acceptance is like an emotion, like a state of being. Willingness is just this, this thing that makes you just ready to do things. Neutrality is not a purpose. It's not. Courage is not a purpose. Just being courageous is an act of pride, and all of these are feelings. But when it comes to the higher scale of consciousness, the higher levels, that is beyond reason here. Reason is good enough. Like when you start asking why, and you start knowing why you're doing certain things, it's good. It's very conscious. It's a very expanded level. But we're talking purpose that is beyond reason, and that's the intelligence of consciousness. That's the intelligence of consciousness, because consciousness, or like, let's say God, when God creates you and puts you on this earth, you're created with a purpose. You're not necessarily created with a reason, with a purpose, and the purpose is in that purpose is all inclusive of everything that is under it. So as you see, the higher we go on the scale of consciousness, the more we are all accommodating to all of these things that are lower in the lower energy. But in the lower energies, you cannot think past that shame. You cannot think past that. You cannot think or perceive anything beyond that. But when you are enlightened, when you are at peace, when you are the loving joy, reasonable, accepting place, you are able to see all of these feelings. You're able to accommodate them, feel them, and understand them, and just understand them and move through them. So that's it. Your purpose is beyond reason. It's beyond, and it's not supposed to have any reason. That's the intelligence of it. That's the power of it. That's the secret of it. That's why it is. It's because it's not supposed to have a reason. Reason is something, and purpose is something else. Peace is something else that is beyond. That is beyond. It's like it's like the intelligence of life itself. So when you sometimes like say stop at things and you're like speechless and you cannot explain it, that's actually a state of you. That's a time when you are really in tune with the higher energies of the universe, because it's not explainable. It's not. It's just not. So beautiful, beyond words, beyond our comprehension and perception. That's what happens when you awaken and we are enlightened and you are aware of life itself and in its totality. You see that things are just like everything is perfect just the way it is, and it's beyond anything that we could ever understand. Yes, we can understand a certain level of it, but beyond is just like it's beyond, and that's where you get your fuel from. That's where you get your creativity from. That's where you get your healing from. That's where the magic happens. And so whenever you that's the third way of escaping the ego, is going beyond it all, beyond that reason, and just making sure that this is something that is in tune. If something makes you feel joy, peace, love, enlightenment, and you know it, you realize it as that, then it's just like it's beyond. Don't explain it. Just trust it. Trust that feeling of inner peace. Trust that feeling of joy. Trust that feeling of passion and love and light. Trust it. Trust that. And it's just the formless. Is it that spiritual? Is it? I would maybe describe it as the formless spiritual level of yourself and of all of us. It's that just it's formless. It's you cannot define it. As I said, you cannot define it. You cannot put your hands on it, but you know it. Parts of you, part of you know it, like like you've never known anything before. You just know it, and trust it. It's your higher power. It's your own like source, energy. It's your God, your goddess, whatever you want to call it. It's the universe. It's what's true for you, and no one has to understand that but you. So know that, and that's how you escape. That's how you escape from that limited ego that wants to trap you and just um, keep you from your true self. Always stay like true to your feelings at each and every moment. Don't fight it. It's like, don't fight it. This is how you feel. You feel like you want to ask why. You feel like you want to escape. You feel you want to do self-reflection. You feel like you want to be passionate and run after your after your purpose. Then it's true for you, and just stay true to that. Stay true to at each and every moment for that feeling. It's your internal guidance system, and it's the only thing that you can ever trust. um what do I want to talk about more? Yeah, that's it. three things. The first thing is asking why. The second thing is asking what and knowing what, and being aware at each moment, being mindful. The third thing is to stay connected to your motive of each and every action, and even of your life itself. Like, know what's your purpose in life, and know what's your purpose behind everything that you do, and every intention that you set, every decision that you make, every choice. Know your purpose behind it. Take time to know that purpose and trust that purpose, versus trusting a certain thing and a certain idea or a certain feeling, just one certain feeling. Just trust your purpose. At the end of if you know your purpose for sure, keep going back to it and trust it. Keep walking in that path of truth, of your own higher self truth. And the fourth thing is the ego transmuter. Do that, to practice it. Go back to that video. I'm actually going to explain it now to you. Let me just bring up um, the illustration again. I wanted to explain it to you in this session too. That's the fourth escape plan, which is five steps five steps to transmute the ego, which is turn that negative or like that question into a positive choice. The first tip is to realize anything that triggers you. Whenever that trigger happens, like I always bring on examples, but this time I'm going to just explain the steps, and then we're going through an example too. Just find that illustration. Where's that illustration? Illustration, please. So it's 5 steps. It starts with realizing a trigger, a story of something that happens that gets on your nerves and triggers something within you, like, sadness, anger, anything. Just something really flip. And the second step is to just localize that in your body. When that thing happened, where did you feel it exactly in your body? The third step is that I call it the DAB, which is define it, acknowledge it, and breathe through it. Define what is this feeling exactly, and acknowledge it. Say to yourself, I acknowledge this feeling. I know that I feel this way at this moment. I know myself and I know my feelings at this moment. I can see it, I can realize it, I can feel it. And then the fourth step is digging deeper, alternating between the questions of what and why. Why is this? It's why and what actually. It starts with why. Why is this negative? Why did I associate this that I defined at the third step? Why did I associate it with that it's a negative thing? Why did I judge it as a? Why am I judging it as a negative thing, as a negative experience to me? And then what does that mean to me? What does that mean to me that this thing has happened to me, or this thing is happening in my life? The last step, if you did that fourth step really good, and you go all the way. Sometimes it would take days for me, but you just sit for 5 minutes and try to get to the core of it. You'll realize that this actually trigger is pointing you into a positive direction that is good for you, that is your core value, that in your core value there is something that is really sacred to you, and it will eventually go with the purpose we're talking about, the higher purpose. And then after you realize that, you make a conscious choice. You replace that with a conscious choice of positivity, of something that is good, turning it around. So yes, now that I've realized that through that trigger, what can I do about it? So make that conscious positive choice. Again, give me a moment so we can bring that illustration. It's going to be more clear. This is it right here. Um, the first step is in the thumb where it all starts at. As I said, the triggering event story. Just say it, recall it, or if it's happening, just even if it's happening at the moment as you are doing that practicing that ego transmuter, um, state it, because sometimes once you see the story as it is and say it as it is, it becomes lighter. It becomes easier to deal with. And then you go here to the body localized reaction. You say, okay, so this happened, and then what did I feel? Where did my body receive it? And this is going to integrate. So you're going to be owning that feeling instead of saying, oh my god, no, that person or this story or this condition made me feel this way. You're going to be saying, I felt this way. And so at that moment, you're taking that power back into your hands. Find it, localize it exactly, where did it feel like. And I'm going to go through the example, then it's going to be more clear. Please ask questions. If you have any questions, leave them for me in the comments, so we can um, be able to explain to the ego transmitter more and more to people in a more clear way. The more questions we ask, the more clarity we get. Then, so you'll find that, let's say, again, I'm not gonna give you any examples now, but let's say that localized, you felt it like um, in your left leg, you felt it like in your heart, you felt it like as a headache in your head. So you localize that body reaction, and then when you do that, you go to the DAB, and I love this step. I'm always saying, like, you can only use this step, and it will also be enough to empower you and to transmute that energy, bring you back to your center. Define it. What is it? Now you localize it. Now define it. What is this feeling? What is this feeling? Exactly. What is it? Make it into a sentence, just a sentence of like 3 to 5 words, just a small definition, so you can just see it as it is. Then acknowledge it. Acknowledge it. Say to yourself, I feel that feeling this way right now. This is how I feel at this moment. This is how I feel. I accept that I am feeling this negative feeling. I'm going through this negative experience at this moment. I acknowledge it. And then breathe at least 3 breaths. This is the third step. And the third step, in the third step, it's breathing. So remember to breathe at least 3 breaths. All the way, 1, all the way in, 1, all the way out, 2, all the way in, 2, all the way out, and 3, all the way in, and 3, all the way out. 3 full deep breaths. Breathing is a very powerful tool to put you back into your power, back into your center, bring everything into your conscious power and conscious will. Then once you breathe through it, you're gonna feel good. You're gonna be like, that's it, I'm done, and you're gonna go. But no, there's still some work to be done. There's still some work to be done if you want to really perfect that practice and really go down to the core of the issue, and really, once and for all, find a solution for it. Now we go to the second step, the the fourth step. Sorry, so the digging deeper step, and I love it. I enjoy it as crazy as it is, but I love it. The why and the what, and starts with the why. Why am I feeling this negative feeling? And what is it to me? What does it mean to me exactly? Why do this thing that I defined, why did I decide that it is a bad thing? Why did I decide that it is a negative thing? This is where the therapy and the healing really happens, you guys. Then you ask, okay, so now you know why. What does that mean to you? What does that mean to me that I'm feeling this reason like for it? And then you ask again why and what and why and what. At this point, you can get a pen and a paper and just write it down, alternate these questions, and keep asking. At the end, if you do it right, you will know that you did it right when this why is this thing bad turns into it's, the answer to it would be, it's not bad. It's actually bringing me to my truth. It's triggering me because it's something that is taking me away from myself. And it's that, why am I saying that it's something bad? It's because it is actually, it's actually a good thing that I know that it's bad for me. You become in alignment with your core values, with your core true, that the thing that is true to you. That's how you will know that you did the digging deeper, and you went through the core of the issue. Once you know that, you realize that, you'll be like choosing the positivity and just declaring that now I will choose to feel this way. Now, from now on, I gonna be choosing to feel that the core values, all of our core values, when we find them at a deeper level, it's all positive. It's like that purpose of love and joy and wisdom and enlightenment and peace. uh, you realize that, and then you make a positive choice, and a conscious positive choice of, you know what, I'm going to stay true to this core value and this purpose in my life. And so now I'm going to give you the example. I hope that you take, pause that video and take this photo, snap this, snap the screen and save, and so you can remember, so you can have a reference, and you can have this, you can just print it also. And whenever you're doing your meditation, or you're self-reflecting, taking some time on your own to figure things out, you can use that, bring it up and use that tool. So that example now, okay, let's say my example is, okay, so I have these videos, and I wanted to I wanted to make amazing videos and professional videos, and be like, be online, just put them online, and do that countdown, and just have it like be on time and everything. And this is my story, the triggering story. And when I uploaded the video, it didn't work. My internet jammed, my computer's jammed, everything just, is messed up. And that made me feel frustrated. Frustrated like there is no tomorrow. I've never been frustrated like this before. So where did I feel this frustration? All over my body. I felt like there's a fire. There's like fire all over my skin, like literally I feel like. And also deep within me, it's like it's this contradicting feeling of like deep inside of me, like my chakras, my energetic body and my physical body are all both on fire. Like my soul is on fire and my physical body is on fire, and I just want to burn everything out. That's where I felt it. So define this feeling heated. That's what it is. I felt heated. Acknowledge it. I acknowledge my feeling of being heated. I accept that at this moment, at that moment, I felt really, really, really heated and on fire, and just fiery and heated. I know that. I see myself going through that experience, that really frustrating experience. See that feeling, really, I just, see it inside of my, exactly where I localized it. One breath. Two. And three. I feel good. I feel really good. I'm high on oxygen. So digging deeper, why does feeling heated for me is negative? it's bad that I'm feeling heated. It's bad because it's like I get like self-destructive. Really, I feel like I'm gonna hurt myself. Like I'm gonna just set my own self on fire. Literally, I can think about it as like burning myself. So just I don't wanna deal with it. I just wanna burn, 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 burn. It's bad because I hurt myself. It's like I'm either gonna hurt myself or I'm gonna hurt someone. Like I'm gonna take my colors literally and burn it and smash it on that wall. Oh my god, I'm so aggressive. And it's bad. It's really bad to do things like that. What does that mean to me? That I'm thinking bad thoughts and I'm motivated to do bad things? What does that mean to me? It means to me that I'm evil. I have evil side to me. That's what it means. So why is this bad? Evil side, Anna? I'm supposed to be an angel. I'm not supposed to be an evil, devil-ish, destructive person. I'm queen of angels. You see, I'm really confronting myself right now. Okay, what does that mean to you that you are supposed to be something that you're not? Like you're supposed to be something and you're something not. You're supposed to be something and you're something is not that thing now. What does that mean? Means to me that things are just not the way that they should be. Things not things are not exactly what they should be sometimes. So why is this bad? Why is it bad that things are not that they should be? It's bad because when things are exactly the way that they are, when things are authentically as they are, as they should be, it's right, feels right, and there's like fluidity, there's oh my god, I just felt cold, you know? I just felt like that heat went well, because things are so much beautiful. It's like when things are truly as they are, as they inside and out, true um, as essence. It's just so much more. It makes sense. It's beautiful and it's a relief. It feels right. I can't explain it. So why is this bad? It's not bad. Yay! I did. It's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. It's beautiful when things are authentic, when things are exactly like they are, like it's beautiful inside and out, and it's like manipulated and uh, it's like it's exactly what it is at that moment, and it's beautiful. This thing is shining through, and it's beautiful. So I choose to the last step. Now that I know that is the core value of me is authenticity and beauty and authenticity, and clarity. So um, it's actually not something bad. It's something that is really beautiful. And so yeah, the possible placement I'm going to choose for the thing that I defined here, the third step, I'm going to choose to stay true to myself always. And when someone is being true to themselves, even if they're angry, I won't let them feel something. Okay, if you feel bad at that moment, it's okay. You feel because you feel bad. I'm not gonna make something they're not feeling. I'm also gonna be being that myself. I choose to be authentic, and I choose to allow me to be authentic to themselves feel pain. They need to feel it at this moment. I'm gonna allow them to feel it. I'm not gonna be like, when we subconsciously, when someone is like they're sad, we subconsciously like, no, you should be happy. Come join our party. Don't be sad. No, come with us. It's like I'm not gonna do that to people. I'm gonna be like, okay, you're sad. Go through your thing. You are entitled 100% to feel exactly how you feel because this is what you feel at this moment, and that's it. That's the example for the ego transmuter and how you can avoid it in your life. I hope it makes sense. And this is the escape plan. I'm an escape plan now. Don't worry, we're good at hand. We're good to go. So yeah, it's an escape, and um I'm just looking. So it's there. There's a plan. There's a plan. We're good to go. There's a plan. I hope that this makes sense. I hope it helps you. I hope that you comment if you have any questions and share this with anyone who that they can use this tool in their lives. If someone's stressed all the time and someone who really seeks to be more in control of reality, more in control of their feelings and their emotions, give them that tool. And thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your support. Thumbs up, thumbs up, subscribe, and I love you all so much. Be at peace always, always. Bye, world. Infinite possibilities.